Hey everybody, Dave from Dave's Garage 249. Starting something a little bit different and something that I kind of originally started this channel with. I haven't built a model car all winter. I usually do 2 or 3. So this is a subject I picked. I've got about 150 kits on the shelf, so I just grabbed this one and haven't done one of these funny cars in quite a while, so let's get started. Let's see. Parts and body, everything's crisp, clean, very minimal flashing. I got to kind of stick stock out of the box build. And I like to start with the chassis. And the instructions show starting with the motor, but I kind of like to start with the chassis. So advantage for me is that I have this small granite surface plate. And I've saved some of my machinist tools over the years, and I use those to kind of like set the tone of the build. The chassis needs to be absolutely square, and it's important that all of the mating parts, that the flashing is trimmed off, and that the sprue and riser tabs are trimmed off so everything fits precisely. So that's the start of this build, and then after this dries thoroughly, then I'll add all the rest of the remaining cross members, and I'm also going to do some airbrush practice with this kit. Okay, so moving right along with this kit, I've got the basic chassis assembled. I had to put the gas tanks together and get those to get this piece in the right spot. That's the rear support for the back of the fuel tanks. Built the chassis over here on the surface plate, so it's pretty much dead square. I built the roll cage on the tub with the driver's seat, then took it back off because I'm going to spray all this blue. Basic engine block is assembled, and headers have been detreed, everything been kind of detreed. And then I'll go over here and show you this. This is actually a lot of the kit. They'll all just be sprayed silver because most everything was, if I remember right, on these cars was aluminum panels, and they were just left unfinished or polished, or I don't know if they anodized them, if they went to that much extremity, but they basically all silver. So how I do it is I detree the parts, deflash them, cut the spots where the sprues and risers go, trim them all up, and then paint them. And then as I assemble, I will remove the paint from the glued surfaces. Same thing with chrome. These are the attach points on the chassis, and these points here would be the same color as the chassis. So I'll detail all this, but I've taken the chrome off there, and like for instance the bottom side of the tanks where it will be glued to the cross members, I just remove the chrome. Of course everybody knows that, but it's tedious, and that's how I do it. So there you go, silver is applied, and then let them dry overnight and flip them over and do the other side first thing in the morning. So the engine block will be probably semi-gloss black. I think kit calls out gloss black. I don't think around nitro things stayed gloss too long. I don't know. Semi-gloss will probably look good. You have your choice with this kit with supercharger with a scoop type hat injector, or the 4-hole. I'm going to go with a 4-hole. And I don't think this car was around. I think it was already past its time the first time that I went to Martin US 131 Dragway, Martin, Michigan, to see funny cars for the first time. I think they were already another generation ahead of this car. So I've never seen this car personally, so I don't know for sure what it looks like, but I know the next generation of cars were still a little bit similar to this. And the fit and finish wasn't that great on them, but the paintwork on the body was awesome. You see, to make money, these guys had to race these cars, and they were flogged, and they were taken apart and put back together. Sometimes they raced them during the week. They would have match races, show up at the racetrack, and racetracks around the country paid them to show up, paid them to make appearances. They sometimes had two engines, one for competition at the NHRA meets and the other for match racing. So these cars got flogged, they got rode hard and put away wet. So it's, I remember that I was a little bit taken aback, even as a 14 or a 15-year-old, at the condition that these cars found themselves in from being raced all season. Some detail on these kits that have these big, large pieces that represent tin work is I add some detail by taking a fine tip, very fine tip marker. This is what I use, and take a straight edge, make some seams, because these pieces of aluminum tin work were not huge. They were riveted together with pop rivets, and take that very fine pen and you can make some rivet details. It's not, super neat. The guy could probably make some kind of a jig to make a perfect pattern, but anyways, it just adds a little more detail, breaks up all that silver, and represents kind of the pieces that were put together in the car. It's not necessary to do them in places where it doesn't show very much, like on the inside of the body, but where you have glass and when the body's popped up. It's a real easy way to just add some more detail and out of the box. Okay, so some of the miscellaneous assemblies and sub-assemblies I've primered, getting ready for paint and moving this thing along. Okay, on the Shoemaker Stardust Funny Car project, here's where I'm at. Been a little remiss on filming, but I've been a little bit under the weather with some dental issues which came up. Anyways, my first airbrush job painting, and I'm telling you, I'm sold on airbrushing. Also airbrushed the chassis. Sub-assemblies are going together. Got most all the parts completed, painted and detailed, so we're getting on to let paint dry good and do some assembly. And then next step on the body will be to get the decals on, and then some clear. So most of the parts are painted. And this is totally out of the box build. I'm not worrying about super detailing plug wires and fuel lines and things like that. It's you can spend hours and hours on it, and if it isn't done correctly, it just winds up making it look like a complicated mess, in my humble opinion. So that's where we're at. And this is custom mix. I used royal blue and some metallic silver to get the color to emulate somewhat what's on the box. Not going to be a perfect match, but be pretty good. So there's the wheels. Should turn out to look pretty good on the shelf. So this chassis portion of the Stardust Charger is pretty much complete. I dropped one of the little braces that goes on the headers and I cannot find it, so I'm just gonna have to delete those. This is completely out of the box. And just painted details, no add-on parts. And so that's what we have so far. So moving on with the Stardust project, I've kind of skipped a lot of steps, a lot of you know, but here's these 6 decals are very fragile, and if they bend at all on the paper, they fracture, so you have to keep them very flat. And when I was cutting the opposite side panel out, the scissors weren't sharp enough and just kind of fractured it, so the decal just fell to pieces. So what I've had to do is go on eBay and order another kit just so I can get the decals and finish this project up. So in the meantime though, most of the decaling is done. Here's the finished chassis. A few little details like the chute pack, and I lost one of the header supports, and so I'll get that out of the kit that's on its way. And this will be a very nice looking out of the box build, I think. So once I get the decals on, I'll just bury all that in clear lacquer. That's Tester's enamel is the paint, and Tester's gloss clear lacquer. I can pile that on and it's not going to lift the paint. As far as I know, I've never had any problems with that. I know people have problems with the 2Ks and different clears that are out there, and I'm just going to go with the tried and true method. So I'm going to call this a wrap on this model kit, and I hope you enjoyed watching progress on the build. I didn't feel the need to show you how I paint or details like that, because most of you are better model car builders than I am. But I'm pretty happy with this one. This is going to look good. Thanks for watching. Appreciate those likes. Tickle that like button if you would, please. That helps the algorithms with YouTube, gets my videos out there farther, and subscribers are always welcome. And I've surpassed the 500 mark, which is amazing, being that I don't really advertise or anything. So all you subscribers, thank you very much. And I appreciate everybody's watching. So I hope you enjoy your day. Thanks for watching. Bye.